After a recent period characterized by uncertain economic conditions and increased cost of living, we are seeing the beginning signs of improving economic conditions across Europe. We recently launched Intrum's 2024 European Payments Report, with insights from close to 10,000 executives and companies across 20 countries, giving us some cause for optimism going forward. This brighter outlook seems to be feeding through, with executives increasingly displaying optimism. 31% of European executives state that their business is stronger today than it was 12 months ago. In addition, 27% of European executives state that their revenue growth is ahead of expectations, up from 19% 5 years ago. Still, uncertain macroeconomic conditions cast a very long shadow. First, economic growth is expected to be subdued in 2025, with the IMF projecting only 1.5% growth. It seems to us that uncertain economic growth and geopolitical tensions are keeping executives in a risk-adverse position. Consequently, 3 in 5, or approximately 61% of our respondents, do not expect any interest rate reductions in the next year, despite market indications that the ECB is potentially in a position to cut rates much sooner. To navigate this uncertain economic environment, companies are maintaining a defensive posture. 2 in 5, or approximately 41% of the companies we polled, expect to cut costs in the next 12 months, compared to 28% in 2021. 1/3 of the companies expect to request extended payment terms from their suppliers, or in fact pay later than anticipated. And 15% of the companies expect to have to extend the payment terms for their clients. All of this to navigate the uncertain environment. European companies are owed 10.5 trillion euros of outstanding payments currently. This is 30% of European GDP and equivalent to the GDP of the UK, France, and Germany combined. How confident can executives be that these sums will be paid on time, allowing them to invest in their business to drive growth and innovation? Will they be paid on time? Will they be delayed? How much, if any, will have to be written off as bad debt? Late payments continue to be a problem for many businesses. Across Europe, the average business expends more than a quarter of the year, or approximately 73 days, chasing late payments. This is valuable time and resources taken away from focusing on their core business. It is understandable that executives are displaying apprehension. We must help businesses manage and recoup the monies they are owed in order to avoid putting off growth measures and forcing them to implement defensive cost-cutting measures. Government and industry alike need to take steps to support businesses and encourage on-time payments to avoid disrupting cash flow and ability to pay down debt. Without doing so, the situation will devolve into a negative cycle of unresolved credit commitments. Finally, the rise of artificial intelligence has led to new challenges and new hope for executives across Europe as they deal with their payments. A little bit more than half of the companies we polled, or 54%, believe they will lose competitiveness and fall behind should they fail to adequately adopt new payment technologies. But AI is not a simple plug-and-play exercise, as 55% of the companies polled admitted that they lack a sufficient level of skill and resources internally to fully harness the value of AI. At Intrum, AI has become increasingly relevant. We recently launched our artificial intelligence autonomous debt resolution platform, Ophelos, in the Netherlands and in Belgium. It already operates in the UK, and we expect to roll it out to our remaining markets over the near term. By becoming more technologically sophisticated, we at Intrum can push the boundaries of our industry in terms of the level of customer service, collections effectiveness and efficiency, while continuing to promote a sound economy.